Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
It is a deep, deep sea of yellow, beautifully effervescent yellow. That is what you're faced with when you come to Dortmund. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, I wouldn't just look at this being another friendly, Peter.
Is that your own experience?
Yeah, if the opposition played like they meant business, we were obliged to return the favour. I don't think there's much difference here.
And now, lining up
Borussia Dortmund have gone with a 3-4-3 formation by the looks of it, Jim.
Yeah, I'm a fan of this shape, Peter. Managers that set up this way are willing to back their players to execute what is an aggressive attacking intent. Goals are very much in mind, while you hope to keep outscoring the opposition, knowing you're probably bound to let a few in. But essentially, this is real front foot football and can be very exciting.
There's the whistle. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
I think this fella, Alex Grimaldo, is about as attacking as a modern-day fullback can be. And the game has changed to really suit that for many a fullback in the modern game. Once upon a time, fullbacks would generally hold their position, but now they're given licence to get forward and make crazy runs even into the box.
And the shot! Andrick, and it's Palacios. Looking for the run, and he's certainly onside here. Oh, good determined running there, but one back by the defence.
Oh, look, his determination needed to be greater than the obstacle he was faced with, and it wasn't.
Sabitzer. Oh, nice touch. Great vision. Andrick clears without hesitation. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Bellingham, he's found some space. There's the shot! And that is wildly off target.
Borussia Dortmund really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Quansah. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. And a play for a throw. Sabitzer. And here's Brandt. Tries to play it through. Sabitzer receives it in a wide position. Terrific effort! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Girassi is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Bayer Leverkusen are very well equipped down the flanks. It is a tried and tested formula.
Well, Peter, that can cause real problems if they're allowed to run riot in those positions, whether through direct running or from deliveries towards the box. It can work.
Good ball, good take. Good read, needed to be. Oh, good looking ball. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Grimaldo, he's picked his way through, and he shoots! Goal! Bayer Leverkusen! And it's Bayer Leverkusen who take the lead. Really tidily gathered, and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Bayer Leverkusen have fired themselves in front.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Oh, good take in a good area. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, super. Has another go! It's a good foot in there. Now, can they get him away? Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Nemecha. Nemecha showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Can he latch on to this? Foot in. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Bellingham. Into Baini. Sabitzer threads one in. And the pass is intercepted. Played into space. Space for him to turn and look. Nice control. He has found the way through.
There will be one.
And he lines up a cross. Svensson.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
And that brings the first half to a close. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Borussia Dortmund go in at half-time with a game to chase.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly.
Everyone, please welcome the two sides.
So the action resumes.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Nemecha. And Bellingham. Schlotterbeck. Quality ball. Bellingham. Oh, no joy this time. Schick. couldn't squeeze it through. Anton. Still chasing the game, trailing by 1. Brandt. Bellingham was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
60,332.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Girassi! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Substitutions taking place.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Lofted in.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
He's found space here. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? That pass has been well intercepted. Garcia. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Schlotterbeck did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Lovely pass, but he's having a shot! It's in! Borussia Dortmund back on level terms. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
The goal scorer for Borussia Dortmund after 77 minutes is number 9, Girassi.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. So the die is cast. It is time for Mr. Crash Bang Wallop.
Yeah, this will make things interesting. He's definitely one of those players who can deliver in a situation like this.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, needless to say, Peter, they're eager to get going, but you have to wonder how much these boys have left in the tank.
He's on it. Can he get shapes to shoot? And again! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And the comeback is complete! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, Peter, I know from experience there are players who always seem to know where the ball's going to end up. This isn't about luck at all, despite what people say. Just keep an eye on his movement.
Number 27, Adeyemi.
Borussia Dortmund with the lead.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Oh, perfectly measured that. Quansah. Girassi looking in every way a marked man at the moment.
Well, he's profited handsomely already in this match, and at last their sense of danger has brought them to a possible solution.
Can he get on the end of this? Brandt gets into a good position. Nice interception, well timed.
Borussia Dortmund really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be.
And the shot! And it's in! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
The goal scorer for Borussia Dortmund after 89 minutes is number 27, Adeyemi.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more experienced lads step up to the plate.
Real chance! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Modern football for you. You get zero time to think on the ball. Take too long, and that happens. It gets pinched.
Palacios, that's really well manoeuvred. No, that's been intercepted. Quansah, played out towards the right wing. Teller,
Might want to be careful there.
and time is up. So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. Adeyemi taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. The end of the game. Reflections?
Well, I have to say I'm thoroughly impressed with what we've just witnessed. As soon as they got their goal, you felt they were always going to go on and find a winner, and they did just that.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.